give it to you and you could put it. But it was wild to me. He said they just have a lot of shame. I don't have shame anymore. I've always had insecurities growing up. Everyone does. But when I really putting God first and realizing He forgives, and you can have a fresh start, and if you learn to forgive and have no resentment in your heart, you're free, and you have no judgment, and it's almost like you drop the fear of people and you drop it altogether. And that is there's no greater feeling than walking out of church and feeling like you're forgiven in a sense.
Yeah.
So I don't need what I used to chase that so much. I gotta have millions of followers. I gotta have this. I gotta have the Ferrari. And I've been in them. I've seen a lot of success, and it doesn't do it. Now, I'm not saying don't get money. With what's happening right now in society, with AI, with blockchain, with the government doing what the government's doing, with all these things happening, you need to have money. I think there's 3 things, Omar, that you need to have if you want to bulletproof yourself and be free and have choices. One is you have to be developed properly. You have to be rooted. You have to understand emotional intelligence. You have to understand how to make decisions based off logic and intelligence, not just emotion. Learn how to have self-control. 2 is you have to have God first. You have to have some type of spiritual source that is not worldly, that gives you an advantage. And 3, you have to have money. If you have those 3 things, you're set. The government can't take nothing from you.
Right.
You're positioned so well that nothing can be taken from you. And I think a lot of people are 1 or 2 paychecks away from being controlled and having things taken from them. That's why I do believe no one talks about money. Money is important.
Right.
It's an excellent servant, but a terrible master. You can't serve 2 masters, but you have to respect and appreciate money because we live in a society that money gives you freedom.
Right.
And the more you give, the more you get.
Yes.
So that's why I don't feel shame talking about money. No, you gotta have money.
In all honesty, like I've seen with like my audience, a lot of people that have come to. There's a lot of Christians that follow me for obvious reasons, and I see the money mindset. It's crazy. Like I mean, and unfortunately, it's because there isn't a space created, in the church, and so like you have to go to secular events to learn about biblical principles around money. And I think about Deuteronomy. It says God's given us the ability or the power to create wealth, so that we can establish His covenant. And
so I took the old button off. These are the old buttons. These are the new buttons. They're like crystal looking.
It's a good idea.
Putting this on.
That if we're gonna establish His covenant, it's gonna take money. So but people are afraid, and I wanna kind of go into like you said, you gotta get to a place where you gotta figure out how to.
Needle is already strung.
By the way, I mean, if that scares you and you're listening or watching, like, I want you to break that down. And what does that look like? And what does it feel like to feel like? And in some level, I feel like I kind of got there. But because I know you want your money to have money babies and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But like in business, what does it feel like to print money in business?
Well, first, what's the alternative to printing money? Having no money. I've never met someone, and it's a sad reality, but I've never met someone that doesn't respect money that has it. Most people that have no money, they're like, I don't need money. I don't like money. Rich people are greedy. First of all, greedy people are greedy.
Yeah.
I know broke people that are greedy and rich people that are greedy.
Yeah.
Money is not emotional. It's not good or bad. It's they're printed out of thin air.
Right.
It's just a reflection of value. So first, you have to understand there's different mindsets that people have revolving money. So a lot of times people don't realize there's 3 different mentalities, like poor, middle class, wealthy. And poor people believe the purpose of money is just to pay their bills. So they go to work. The reason they're working is to pay bills.
Right.
So on Friday, they're like, my bills are paid. That's the focus. Middle class, their entire purpose of money is to build up their credit, to buy enough with credit to pay off later to live a comfortable life. And they're usually saving a lot, right? Saving and investing in things that they can buy later on through credit. That's middle class. Wealthy people have one mentality. The whole purpose of money is to make money work for you. The whole purpose of money is to make more money. Money loves speed. So if you're listening, make your money work for you by understanding how to invest it properly into yourself. There's 4 things successful people invest in, and they'll go into printing money. One is back in themselves. Invest money back into your mindset, back into your intellect, back into books, audios, business practices, coaching, mentorship. That changed my entire life. People used to, when I invested $12.50 a month at my first million, I was 24. And people were like, you are an idiot. Money's so hard to come by. You're investing over $1,000 into some millionaire. He's scamming you. Yeah, I made my first million 2 years later because of it.
Wow.
So of course I'm going to invest them. It's a bet on yourself,
Right.
Investing in yourself. So once you invest in yourself, you sharpen your intellect, you make better decisions, you break free of any limiting beliefs and false patterns that you've had from your childhood. Because most things from our childhood, God bless our parents, most parents only taught what they knew.
Right.
You can't be mad at them. You can't resent your parents for only teaching what they knew. They knew what they knew. But it's definitely not what's going to get you to thrive now, right? Especially because they taught us what their grandparents taught them. So that's the first thing. Second thing is you got to invest back into your business. So once you invest in yourself and you learn what business to start, you invest back in the business. Once your business starts making money, you invest back in assets to make money work for you. Whether it's real estate, Airbnb, multifamily, whether it's art, paintings, you invest in things that make the money work. And then fourth is memorable experiences with people you care about. If you invest in yourself, you invest back in business, you invest in assets, and then you invest in amazing experiences. That's the wheel of life right there.
Really good.
So printing money is just understanding how you can solve a problem people care about, and then making sure you realize it's audience expansion before profit maximization. You have to enhance your value to people, and you have to give value before you can get anything. That's what people don't realize. So the new generation, if you just focus on education-based marketing, educating people, and just giving your services for free or showing people what you can do, and then asking for the sale, that's how you start.
Yeah.
And I think that's what people are missing. So I'm sitting with one of my camera guys, Tavadu, I've been with since 17. What is that? 7, 8 years. I was at an event with Gerard Adams speaking at his event. Where was it? New Jersey? New York or New Jersey. And he goes, let me take some pictures for you. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. Then he goes, let's do a photo shoot in New York City. And I'm like, oh, I'm living in San Diego. I'm like, I can't pass down a photo shoot in New York City. That's amazing. I'm like, all right. He's like, let's meet tomorrow. I was like, all right, cool. Took a bunch of pictures. I loved them. He's like, all right, hope you enjoy them. Didn't charge me. Didn't even ask for me. I said, these are so good. I hired him a couple months later, and he's been working ever since. If he would have asked me for money instantly, I would have been like, I'm good. Even though the product was good, don't ask for stuff too quick.
Yeah.
And another thing is, once you add value first, then you have to enhance your skill set to be so good at what you do, you're not just another. I think what's scary is where we're going in the economy is you can't be just another. You can't be just another content creator, just another author, just another singer, just another mortgage broker, just another real estate agent. You can't do that.
Okay, so I finished putting this button on.
What's your
I'm gonna
angle?
show
What's
you.
going to make you different than everybody else? How are you going to add more value than everybody else? If you understand that and you enhance your skills that way, that's how
Zara
you
coat.
start learning how to print money. Because
It
you can
was
print money on demand
$129.
by just putting out more
Bought it
valuable content. Or if
$79.99.
you partner with people that already have your ideal audience, you can leverage that audience, bring more people to you.
Yeah.
But the key is getting around other people, Omar.
These were all the old buttons.
Make the money. So my first book, 6 Months to
And
6
these
Figures,
crystal
my number one
ones
question always was,
are the new ones.
how do I get to my first 6 figures? How'd you do it? I said, well, I was dead broke. I had no choices. I was discouraged. I couldn't even afford. The rent was $600 in my small apartment in Tacoma, Washington. I couldn't afford it. I was stressed out every month. I started connecting with people that made $500,000 a month for months at a time. How can I not make my first 6 figures if the only people I connected with made 6 figures? It's inevitable. I could not be a smart guy, and if I just did what they did, talked how they talked, woke up when they woke up, read what they read, thought how they thought, of course I'm gonna make 6 figures.
Yeah.
But broke people love hanging out with other broke people. It just makes them feel better. And a lot of times when you reach up to a new level of success, people are grabbing, no, that makes me insecure. I don't want you to get buried. Come back down here a little bit. And they try to pull you to their level. You gotta be careful with it.
Let me try to show you the coat.
Try to remind you of who you
So I replaced all the buttons.
You gotta make sure you're aware of who you are. That's a huge key.
So good, dude. I want to like kind of
So I replaced all the buttons.
investing in yourself, which
You
is
see these like,
I
make it a little bit higher. See these shoulder flaps?
and then went out to just start business, and then it's like, you know, awesome things, but just like the discovery of entrepreneurship. I wouldn't say it.
If you
I would say in the
see,
last 3 years is when it like business clicked.
like what those buttons look
And
like.
even that the concept of investing
So it looks
in
much
myself,
better
but even more so
than the other buttons that were on there.
doing it, even though it made me afraid. I was afraid to do it because it's like you're buying you're buying something invisible, you're buying belief maybe or whatever, but like, can you speak to that person? Because like most of the time you're not going to have the money to invest in yourself. That's like a,
let's unpack why you had a little bit of fear.
Yeah, I mean, I think number one, I never did. So like, because I really, as crazy as it sounds, I never really bought a course. Did I invest in myself like YouTube University? For sure. Did I ask questions in people in my church? Like grab on the wisdom of older people.
But I mean putting money.
Yeah, I just didn't. And so the first offer I was presented was a 55K offer, but I believed in where the person was that I was. I was like, I
So
respect
I
where they are
replaced
in
the
their life.
buttons over here
If I'm their
too
age and I
on
can be
the
there, then
sleeve.
that's why I'm doing that. And then even learning that like that is a good like the first step.
These look
But I
really
invested
good.
in myself. I didn't invest in that individual. I invested in myself by doing that.
And what happened when you did it?
Bro, 2 months, like not even a month later, I doubled. Like, and I'm learning like the money thing. Duh, that's just like inevitable. I'm speaking from like now experience, but you don't know that it's gonna happen like so quickly. But again, I'm the variable. So if I can just apply myself, but yeah, it happened quick. So now like it's almost like that thing broke off. Like now I'm like, if it's going to make me better, it's going to make it faster. Like let's do it.
And when you bet on yourself, that's the best thing you can do for your self-worth.
Yeah.
It's just like you make the tough or easy decision. If you make the easy decision, if you hit the alarm button, if you eat the unhealthy food versus the healthy food, if you watch a whole series of Netflix when you're struggling, when you should be writing down your goals, every small decision you make that's easy, life gets harder, and you lose self-worth. I'm gonna work out tomorrow. I'll work out later. Don't work out. You lose self-worth.
Okay, so you can see
Subconsciously.
the full
It's just like when you
coat.
tell someone you're gonna do
The
something you don't follow
new
through.
buttons.
Subconsciously, people lose respect for you, and you lose respect for yourself.
Full.
And a lot of
Like
people are so used to not following through, it's second nature to them. And they're like, why does no
the
one
coat is
respect me? Why
double
does no one answer my
breasted, so
calls?
we
Because
did
you never
buttons
follow through on your word.
on both
Because you don't covenant
sides.
with yourself first.
Really good.
And some people would always say, well, sometimes I do. Think about a covenant. I have a wife and kids. And they're like, well, sometimes I cheat on myself here. It's like, imagine sometimes I cheat on my wife.
Doesn't work.
No, so you have to kind of have that covenant of treating your
Buttons
body
came
like a
out
temple,
really,
but
really
also
nice.
treating your business like that too. So that was the key. But when you invest in yourself, it opens up so many doors. But what I was saying is you have to make sure you respect who you're investing in, and they have the experience and the lifestyle you want. A lot of these
So I'm gonna
newer
save
coaches and
the
stuff,
old
they've
buttons.
never had results. They're just like, I'm gonna coach people. It's like, dude, you're 20.
So before it was these pretty standard buttons.
So
You see these on a lot of coats. These look much better, much fancier.
No, I think I didn't know that was the case because like there was a person before, Myron, and I was like, dude, I don't respect their life. Like maybe their information, but like what?
So now she has like 4 extra buttons of the crystal new ones.
Yeah, that's really good. Okay,
But the old ones she can maybe use on something else.
I feel like the figuring out like what's my
and I'm gonna put these in the pocket for her.
Assets. Like I feel like oftentimes, am I supposed to be the expert in the asset thing the asset class I decide to go in? Like how do you decide on the assets? I love the idea stocks because I just love the idea. I've done real estate, as far as
Really
like I built
cute.
the house once and I'm in my
Quick,
second home. But
quick live today.
What is most important? What's most important?
Alright guys, see you later. Make sure you subscribe. I'm gonna go live later making a dress like this one. I'm gonna finish this dress.
Because there's a million ways to invest. If you figure out what's most important to you, is it safety? Is it compounding interest monthly? Is it long-term equity? Is it your family?
This dress, and also let me show you the other dress I'm working on back here.
Is this a legacy play? Is
this mini dress as well. So these 2 dresses I'm gonna go live later and show you. Should I pause the video? Hold on. Alright, just pause the video so I don't have that background noise. But these 2 dresses I'm working on. This one I'm thinking about maybe taking off that center diamond piece and just having the corset strings there. And then I also have to cut the mesh around these diamonds. So I might take that out later. I'll probably go live around maybe 5 p.m. if you want to subscribe so you can see that. This one, I have to figure out what diamond piece I'm putting on the skirt. I really like this diamond piece. I might put the same one on this skirt, but as like a mini dress. Yeah, I might do that as a mini dress. I'm gonna show you the back of this one. So this, I think I might, yes, Vanessa, I made these. I see you, Vanessa. Yeah, so I made these, but I have to finish them. So I'm gonna finish the diamond pin. I just might do like 2 more swoops on the back. And then this corset string is going to be a silver corset string. This is just a demo ribbon that kind of matches the base corset, but I'm going to change that to silver and then add a diamond piece on the skirt of this mini dress. And then for the long dress, I think I'm going to just take out this diamond center part. If you look at one of my most recent reels, is it reels? What is it on YouTube shorts? I posted how I did the top of this dress, how I switched it. I might just take out that middle. If I'm gonna leave this, I think I should take out that. So we'll see later. Yeah, because I don't know. Oh, thank you. I see the compliments in the comments. Yeah, so I might just take that center part off and just have there be the corset lines, or I could put diamonds on the corset lines. Yeah, I could put take this middle part off and maybe put just diamonds on the corset lines, so it kind of goes with the fringe part. Let me kind of show you. This fringe part has a lot of pretty movement, so I might take that and kind of just put the diamonds on and have it go into the long skirt. So we'll do that. What other dresses are in store? Let me just show you guys around. This is the store. So I'm filled with girly stuff. This one, this is another diamond dress I'm working on. I might put I want to put a nude lining in this, but whoever buys it, I want it to match their nude. You know, everybody has a different shade of nude, so I'm probably gonna put a pretty neutral shade of nude in there, or I was thinking of lining it with silver so it could just look like all diamonds. So that was another one I was working on. Also, I don't know if y'all have seen these frozen corsets, but this is something that my mentee makes. She does these corsets that are pretty stunning. So I might also work on one of those and add rhinestones to that. How long does it take me to make the dresses? I would say altogether maybe 4 to 6 weeks. Yeah, maybe 4 to 6 weeks to make a gown. If I'm not in like prom or wedding scene, which right now I'm not in prom or wedding season right now, so 4 to 6 weeks is pretty average. But when I'm in prom season and wedding season, which is between like February and June, it can take me 2 to 3 months just because I have so many orders in a short time span. So right now is the perfect time to order something custom or even like alterations. But after January, I get pretty booked with orders, and I pretty much kind of shut down after I get to a certain point, which is like 200 orders, because all of those 200 orders are usually like due within the same couple months. So I'm also heavy on my internships then too. Let me kind of show you this coat again too. So this was the alteration that a customer brought in. It was literally just switching out the buttons for these crystal buttons. Yeah, I'm a seamstress and a tailor slash fashion designer, so I do both. So in my business, I take alteration orders, as well. Like if you want something like this where you just want like the buttons changed on a coat or a zipper switched out if a zipper is broken. But I also do custom from scratch too, where you can sit down and have a consultation and tell me exactly what you want. I do your measurements, and then we go over your order. So for example, like a mini dress like this one, custom built-in corset, diamond pieces, handmade, it's probably going to be around like, let's say 400 to 600 USD, versus something like this, full gown, same thing, handmade, where like the rhinestone pieces and all things are hand sewn on, is going to be, depending on the fabric you get, between, let's say 1,500 and 4,500. Because if you get something that's diamonds front and back and a lot of the details are hand sewn, it could go up to maybe 4,500. And then it changes, of course, if you're getting like an added removable poof skirt on top. Like a lot of brides do that now, where they have that removable bellowed out, you know, that princess skirt where you can take it on and off. That would raise the price too. But yeah, like, so short dresses like this one here, custom, is going to be between like 400 and 650, depending on how much hand detailing. And then long dresses, it usually starts around 1,500 and can go up as high as 4,500, sometimes a little more depending on your removable extra pieces. Some people get like an added slit with a zipper where it can have a split or not have a split. I do like a hidden zipper technique. So if you want to be more demure, you can have it all the way down, versus if you want to show more leg, you can zip it up and nobody will even know when it's down that it's there. So there are options. Very mindful, very demure, yes. Yep. And then my whole store, I'm redoing my whole store soon. I'm doing like the fancy marble floors soon. And then all of my fixtures here will be gold. And yeah, I'm gonna have the marble floors, probably switch out my mannequin table, all of the things. So just try and make it. And then I'm gonna switch all, like, I'm gonna take out probably everyday wear and only have gowns in here, gowns and specialty made pieces. So I'm getting rid of the everyday wear. That's gonna be our Black Friday weekend sale, purses, jewelry, things like that. All of these will be on sale for probably like, I don't know, $5, $3, just because I want to switch out to all custom made gowns and stuff. So if you want to jump on the sales, feel free. And then back here I have my sewing station. I'll probably change that when I redo the store. I'm going to change the look of the sewing area. It's a mess right now, but yeah, so this is kind of some of my machines. I have like 4 more machines downstairs. Oh, guys, and these are some of the base gowns that I use for bridal and prom. So these are literally just gowns where diamonds are sewn on the top of them. So I make base gowns first, a lot of like base gowns and shapers, so that when I get to the point where I am doing the gowns, I can like just shape it onto the dress that fits you. Where are you located? I am located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, like 2 hours outside of New York. If you're familiar with Philly, that's where I'm at. I'm actually on Fabric Row, which means that my store is surrounded by fabric stores. So usually when I do in-person or virtual consultations, I'll do like a video call where we actually go to the fabric store and look at all the different fabrics. So you can see the satins, the silks, the spandex, whatever diamond pieces you want. You see all that in person because all of those stores are right next to my store. But you can book a consultation on my website. It's monicamoniqueshop.com. Literally, my YouTube name with .com at the end, and you could book a consultation. But yeah, so I really just got on here to show you me sewing on a button. You see my store is surrounded by mannequins, you guys. All the different sizes. This is a size 8 mannequin. That's a size 2. This is the BBL size 4, meaning that it's a size 4 in the waist, but the hips are like a size 14. It's crazy. It's super small waist, wide hips, big boobs. This one is a standard size 2 or 0, American 0. I also have a size, what is that, 14 and a size 6 mannequin. So I really want to get a size 22 mannequin because that might be like a 2X. I do alterations and measurements and custom for all sizes. So I definitely want to get the size 22 mannequin in here soon. The only thing that annoys me with some of the mannequins is as they get bigger, for example, like this size 14, it still doesn't account for the different ways that human body fat can be. Like a size 14, she might have a bigger stomach or bigger hips and smaller boobs, or she might have really big boobs and smaller hips. So I might do the top of a gown on the size 14 because that's her bust size, but the bottom of her gown on size 6 because that's her hip and leg size. So everybody is different. It's just really about me being able to go off of a person's measurements. Nobody is perfect, so I really like to do everything one by one so it can be as perfect for the customer as possible. So just FYI, like, I know you're saying like, oh, we're the plus size mannequins. So my mannequins right now go up to a size 14. I am going to get the size 22 in here soon, but I go off of each individual customer's measurements so that it's perfect for them. So the mannequin necessarily doesn't matter as much as me getting me doing a consultation with the customer. So that's pretty much how I do it. And virtual consultations are really good. Yeah, making one-on-ones. Everything is one of one for the most part. For the gowns, everything is one on one. Like even if it's like a Monica Monique gown that people order off my website, I still will ask for the customer's measurement so I can make it perfect to their body shape. So yeah. All right, let me go. I will be back at 5 p.m. possibly hand sewing on the bottom of this dress. So if you liked this live, if you want to learn more, if you want to see me hand sew on some details, I'll see you later. Thank you guys for joining. It was great talking to you. Bye.